Welcome, everyone, to the premiere of Modern Day Poe Boy presents the Midnight Prose, hosted by the Po Boy himself, myself. Since I'm still new here, allow me to explain. Here at Modern Day Poe Boy, I aspire to write and bring to life stories of myth and legend, fantasy and science fiction, horror and hope. Every story is written, recorded, and edited by me, the Modern Day Poe Boy. While the original Edgar Allan Poe was the spark that fueled my literary fire, it is by no means the only inspiration for this show. Be prepared for multiple genres of story, but all undoubtedly written by a man with plenty of melancholy and macabre in his heart. Those who have been following since I began writing my poetry and spoken word on Instagram know all about that. If you aren't yet, I suggest you subscribe to the channel. There's a number in the title for a reason. This is only the beginning of the beginning, and every bit helps me tremendously. I do this in the hopes of entertaining you, the audience, but also to bring my vision of storytelling and new worlds to life. I am humbled and honored for your support. Do also be sure to leave a comment with your thoughts and impressions and hype up the show. Without further ado, I present my first character trailer for Rondo, the leader of our band of thieves in my debut story, Pyramid Schemes. Rondo of Mirai, a small village among many in the jungles of Lyria. His upbringing was like any other child at the time. The country needed soldiers to combat the monsters that plagued their land. So he trained relentlessly. Most would call it torture, but Rondo was one of the lucky few who found pleasure and even purpose in the daily work. When he appeared with the gift of magic, that only brought his status even higher, and he was fast-tracked to become one of the kingdom's elite warriors, those who could rival an alpha beast. Once a faithful soldier to Queen Amara of Lyria, once the father of a promising young boy. He is now a warrior on the run from a past that haunts him. When he was betrayed by the men he trusted most, Rondo was forced to abandon the bodies of his loved ones and live in the shadows. His training and abilities with enhancement magic gave him a simple but dangerous way to earn a living. Using his military background and tactical mindset, he became a menace in his own right, to the point that the underground began referring to him as the Ogre. As he made a name for himself in the black markets and criminal underworld, he quickly learned that backstabs were found in every line of work, but he was just too damn good at the job for anyone to dare screw with him. As he slowly met the few people he could trust, his connections grew and the jobs got better and more dangerous. One day, he nearly botched a job due to his aging body. That one slip-up nearly got one of his crew killed, and he would never let that happen again. Using all of his connections in history, Rondo pulled at the strings until he pulled the biggest job he can find. The kind of reward you only get when after the job's done, you either die or make it look like you did. Now it all rides on this. Rondo has been planning for nearly a month, putting all other jobs and responsibilities behind, from scouting a path to procuring the equipment for himself and his team. He spared no expense to ensure as much of what is in his control is taken care of. He was always a cautious man, even on the battlefield, but now he has the means and power to free himself and his team from the clutches of a cruel world. He's no hero, no saint, and he doesn't apologize for any of it. He simply wants to try to live the remainder of his life in peace, if he can, or die trying. Together with his crew, they will infiltrate the ancient pyramid for a treasure no one knows exists, for a benefactor no one has ever seen, with nothing but what little intel they can glean from their own research and expeditions. The only option is to succeed. Can Rondo lead his crew to untold riches and the freedom they so deeply crave? Find out in the inaugural episode of the Midnight Prose, a modern-day Po Boy show created to share the original stories written by the Po Boy himself, currently slated for release in mid to late July. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and share. And don't forget to subscribe for future content and ring that bell to get notified when everything drops. Thank you for watching.